Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rachab Badash, double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the men of the Lord, prophesying, preaching, and teaching on the highways and byways, in sincerity and in truth. Shalom. And Barakatham to you brothers, man. Speaking on a few words, man, this video is going around. This guy Brandon T. Jackson, and it just kind of vexed my spirit in general. Just that spirit of entitlement and pride. You niggas are very, very annoying, man. You know, and I thought the brothers from San Francisco handled that situation very, very, very well, man. That was one of my favorite parts of watching that whole interaction, really, was just to see those brothers up there, man, not fazed at all by a guy who is basically proud because of his status, you know, in this society, man. You know, and those brothers tell him, just like he told anybody else, man, you can go up the street if you don't agree. What's the point in sitting on the street arguing with a man? You know, like you're not going to convince the man to change his worldview and turn around. You know, so just go up the street, man. And now that was a beautiful thing. And that guy, Brandon T. Jackson, he got exposed. Now it makes sense why he's not a part of a camp and why you don't really see any works out of him. All right? Because that interaction, it was made very clear, all right, that guy doesn't really value order. He doesn't really understand it, you know, the value in it. You know what I mean? Because he's coming up to a random camp and just think he can just talk over people, man. No, that ain't how shit works, man. The scriptures say let things be done decently and in order, all right? And he doesn't know the scriptures like that, all right? And even if this guy does remember precepts or can memorize precepts, does he understand the deep breakdowns? Does he understand prophecy, all right? And if he does he understand the most important ones? And then if he does, is he preaching you? All right. So there's layers to this thing before you could just come up trying to be over brothers, man. You know. And I speak the same thing on just any Jake, man. If y'all come up to the camp and listen, all right, it's got to be in a humble spirit, man. Because you don't know what kind of a record the Most High got on you, man. You don't know what your spiritual rap sheet is. All right, and if the Most High decided to sentence you right now, he could do it. As it says, it was quoted in Yahweh Shai. He says, tonight your soul is required of you, man. Roughly paraphrasing. Speaking of forgetting you're speaking to, some niggas being a hypocrite, man. Being weak, slothful, man. All right. He says tonight your soul is required of you. So you got to come humble and respectful, man, because right now the Lord is allowing a lot of this bullshit, all right, to be said about the men of the Lord. He's allowing us to be scoffed at and still to be that proverb and the byword. But it's about to come a day, man, where people are going to be afraid to even look up on us, man. When they come to us, they're going to have their head down, all right, because we're not going to be the just some niggas in dresses how y'all see us. All right, we're gonna have that same reverence and fear that the prophet Samuel had, man. You know, those men were feared. It wasn't no game, man. You didn't come up scoffing like you had a guy this past week, Northern Kingdom, in a truck, revving a truck up, man, during camp for no fucking reason. Now, if we was out there selling dope or doing something wicked, all right, they would have left us alone. But since we're out there doing the right thing, that scoffing, that spirit got on them, right? And that's that precept in Ezekiel. It's gonna say, then shall they know a prophet had been among them, man. All right? Because y'all like to hear the sweet stuff, all right? But when it comes to hearing the harsher things and then putting action behind it, now it's a problem, all right? You don't want to make a commitment, all right? But here's the thing that y'all guys fail to realize, man. The Lord is going to make the commitment for you, man. This is not about to be no Salakia. It's not about to be no straddle the fence ass war, man. All right. The scriptures say the Lord would that you were hot or cold. All right. So for you guys that are on the fence, that are wishy-washy, man, ultimately the Lord's gonna get you out of there, man. All right. The Lord's gonna get you out of there because you don't see the writing on the wall, man. And that's okay because the Lord said that the rest were blinded. All right. He said, but the elect have obtained it. And that's why we only focus on that. That's why guys like Brandon T. Jackson can come up to the camp of the real men of the Lord. All right. And brothers are not going to be starstruck. Why? Because the true stars are the elect, man. The true stars are the men, women, and children that the Lord is gonna hollow out as a remnant and have mercy on. You see, there's a spiritual rank, all right, in the heavens, and then there's a worldly rank, all right. Now that guy Brandon T. Jackson, he's more well known than any great Millstone member in this world, all right. He's probably got money, all right, access to certain things, all right. He's well known, but that's according to this world. All right, he's leveled up in a world that the Lord is already waging war against. All right, and that guy claims to be a Hebrew Israelite. All right, but he's not really following any of the tenets. You see, sometimes Jake just needs something to latch on to because we're lost, and they want to identify as something, and that's normal. That's a natural thing. Any person in their right mind, if they don't know who they are, they're gonna question. They're gonna at least ask the question, well, who am I? Where did I come from? You know, who is my father, my people? What's our history? What do we do? That type of thing. But see, Jake, man, Jake get that black demon on him. All right? that red, black, and green demon, like we say today, this month is Nigga month. That demon get on Jake and he just forget all other history ever existed before 1619, man. He just only a nigga would sit there, get told that he's black, and he just don't question nothing, man. Like you're not even curious. Like how did anything come up? No questions. You see? So it's normal for Jake to have that identity and question and wonder it. So he wants something to latch on to, man. But ultimately, man, this is more than just an identity. This is the Lord basically executing the final scenes of the movie, man. We were getting ready to hit the climax, you know, and this is the worst time to start getting weak, to start getting wishy-washy, to start looking back, to start wondering what if, all right, and to start suffering niggas, man. You can just go up the street, man. All right. So most guys, man, when y'all come up to the camps, remember what it is you're doing. All right, and remember there's two things that can happen when you leave the camp. All right, you can either get condemned, all right, and marked, or you can humble down and have a seed planted, where later that seed's gonna grow, man, and eventually it'll produce, you know, branches and leaves and ultimately fruit. You know, that's the hope. But that's only gonna happen to the elect and the real men of the Lord understand that, man. All right. So the rest of you guys, man, the scriptures say it, you know, shake the dust off your feet, man. If they don't want to listen, then move on. And in the case of this Brandon T. Jackson clown, he's coming up to our camp, man, demanding a platform to speak. But wait a minute, nigga, don't you have hundreds of thousands of followers or millions of followers or wherever across social media? You know how much work you could have been doing? But no, he's got to come up to the men of the Lord on our time while we're preaching, interrupt our work just to speak vanity, man. Nothing he said had any value to it. You know, now I ain't watched the whole exchange, but you get a pretty good idea of the spirit that guy was in, and ultimately he didn't really have anything to say. He just wanted attention, man. That's very effeminate, and you niggas can stay the fuck away from us with that bullshit. All right, if you a soft, effeminate ass nigga that just wants attention, all right, you're not sincere. Your mind is in the house of mourning, so to speak, pursuant to Ecclesiastes, man. All right, not in this spirit of mirth that's still I want to have fun ass spirit. Now, there's nothing wrong with having mirth and having fun, but if you're in that spirit, like that's just the spirit that you're in, we can tell, man. All right, that means you're not reading the things around you very well, and that's not a good indicator that you're going to be fruitful. Because the elect may not know exactly what's going on, but they're going to have the eyes to catch things. They're going to be more aware when they hear certain things. They're going to respond a certain way, you know. And we can tell right off the bat, a lot of you guys are just going to be hollow ground, man, or fallow ground. All right, you throw a seed on there, it don't matter how much water you put on it, it's never gonna penetrate to the ground because there's no nutrients, all right, in that soil, man. The Most High, like he says, I will choose your delusions. The Lord just made some of you, the mind of some of you people just nutrientless, man. All right. What is soil without any nutrients, man? It's just dirt, dust. Not good for anything but being trampled on, man. All right, and that's not a situation that you want to be in. All right, so get out of that proud ass spirit and learn lessons from guys like Brandon T. Jackson. That's an example of what not to do, man. Of how not to live your life. Okay, because the Lord is not dealing with people any so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American in that spirit. You know what I'm saying? Salakia. Coming down out here now. But yeah, man, that's basically all I wanted to say on that, man. We're getting ready to come to the time of the famine of the word. All right, we're getting ready to come into the time of betrayals, Jacob's trouble. All right, and when all of these things come to a head, just watch how big of a separation you see between these men. All right, and not just men. You're gonna see it between camps. You're gonna see a big separation. This Charagma topic that's so hot right now. All right, it's gonna stay hot. You know why? Because we're gonna keep talking about it, man. We're gonna make sure it stays hot. All right. And Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah is going to make sure it stays hot. Why? Because that prophecy is coming to pass before our eyes, man. We're not going to have any choice but to talk about it. All right? And when that famine of the word comes, because they can't stop it, all right, you're not going to be able to go up to street corners and scoff at people, man. All right? And when we're off the corner, just know Esau is getting ready to get busy immediately after. All right? Get ready for a lot of jakes to just vanish and disappear and never be heard from again. All right? And that's good because you niggas are wicked, man. You know? But I'll end it there, man. Low willingness was edifying. Call from Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakha Padash Wa, Abba, Babal, and Shalom.